Thanks so much, Chris, for a very kind introduction. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Minister Van Loan, my colleague, Minister Dogood. Chris, I love that passion. I love the way Google takes every advantage of a special blessing to be found within the human species only. We're the only species blessed with the power of imagination. We can actually see beyond the here and the now to the what could be. Shakespeare called it seeing with a mind's eye. I love the way you design your space. I love the way it fosters that magic that might not otherwise take place as frequently. And you give us reason to be hopeful. At the end of the day, all the world's great challenges, all the biggest problems are going to be solved by way of the human imagination. As we come together more and more, as our world shrinks, we develop less insular lives. We work in a collaborative way to tackle the big challenges that are contemporary to us. So I thank you for everything that you do in that regard. I confess I spent a lot of time Googling. I love the ease with which I can find information. Growing up at home, we had a dog-eared edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, which I think my parents bought from a garage sale somewhere. It was out of date as soon as they brought it home. The books were heavy, they took up a lot of space, and they were outdated. Kind of like the old platform shoes that many of our colleagues in the media used to wear to the disco some time ago. Haul those out of George, take them out of the back of the closet, dust them off, and throw them out for God's sakes. You don't need them anymore. People at Google seem to have all the answers. But what is really impressive is that you have a lot of know-how, passion, and creativity, which makes so much of humanity's knowledge available to each and every one of us. So we're proud that Toronto and Ontario are part of your Google family. One of more than 70 offices in 40 countries around the world. In fact, I understand that this is one of Toronto's and one of Google's greenest workplaces. I learned that the carpets are made from reclaimed fishing nets, the floors from recycled tires, and the electricity comes from 100% clean, renewable sources. And you're not only green, you're growing. Your Toronto team has doubled in size, providing about 150 jobs. I love the diversity. I met somebody out there from Montreal, met another guy from Paris, France, met another guy from Hyderabad, India, met a woman from Gander, Newfoundland, and I'm sure there's a host of others from different parts of the world as well. It takes Google to bring us together. Thank you for choosing Ontario. And those 150 jobs here are on top of the, I guess, close to 200 that we have in KW. Thanks for choosing Ontario because, like you, we are determined to be a leader. We've created about 48% of Canada's new jobs since the recession. Ontario's ICT sector accounts for 18,000 businesses, 270,000 jobs, and it makes an annual contribution of $28 billion to our economy. We are second only to California. We have one of the world's strongest, most stable financial centers. We offer programs and tax credit that are among the best in the G7. And we're making strategic investments in our future by, for example, investing $26 million in the Communitech Hub digital media strategy in Waterloo. We're proud to do so, which is home, of course, to a Google office there. Chris, let me take the opportunity as well to thank you not only for your commitment to the new initiative in Waterloo, but also to, what are we calling it, U Change? U for Change. Which is, one of the things that we've all come to understand is that we no longer enjoy the luxury of saying, well, we're going to develop the skills and talents of a large majority of the population as we compete with the best in the world. Now we need everybody at their very best. I visited a city recently in China called Chongqing. There are 34 million people in that one city. So if we are going to effectively assert ourselves, compete, and win in a highly competitive global economy, we need everybody. U for Change ensures that we are penetrating deeper into our society, getting our hands on young people who otherwise might not have had the opportunities to grow and get a great job, and I appreciate and commend you for that. Thank you very much. The fact is, companies like yours that depend on ideas, innovation, and entrepreneurial excellence are choosing Ontario for many reasons, but especially, and you hit the nail on the head in your remarks, Chris, but especially because our investments in education make us more than a good bet. The achievement of our students means a skilled, educated workforce is a lock. From full-day kindergarten, the first program of its kind in North America, to more grad school spaces, we're ensuring our students have what they need to succeed in the early years so they finish high school and go on to have success in post-secondary education. Ontario now has 64% of its adult population having completed post-secondary education. How good is that? It's number one among the 34 OECD countries. So it's better than the U.S., the U.K., Japan, the Scandinavian countries, Australia, and so many others. We're number one. We're very, very proud of that. Our plan will help us continue building the most highly educated workforce in the world. There's lots of work to do as we overcome a tough global recession, but we're encouraged that one of the top global companies, Google, is choosing our province, and we're determined to keep moving forward, always building something better here in Ontario, what I finally like to cast as the greatest province in the best country in the world. Thanks very much.